Hi, budget friends. This is Next Level Budget, and I'm Nellie. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you my net worth update for January of 2025. If you've been following my net worth journey, you know my spreadsheet that I use to track my accounts and balances. I'm going to do things a little differently today and update my net worth by account type. We're starting with loans and property. I have one loan right now for my car. This balance includes the interest for the life of the loan. I like to include the interest because it's what I ultimately own, unless I'm somehow able to pay it off sooner. This is for car one. I have two cars, and their values have gone down a little bit. You can see my car is worth less than what I own owe on the loan, which stinks, but it's not surprising. Right now, I have lots of things to consider regarding our cars. My youngest will graduate from high school soon, and we've talked about if we can get away with two cars for three of us between jobs and school, and not actually having room to park a third car, as well as the cost to buy and insure it. Well, we're still trying to figure that one out. Next is my debt. I have three credit cards. The first one I use for everyday purchases, and I've been paying this balance off, excuse me, each month in full. And I am working on paying these two off before the low balance transfer rates expire. If I go to my goals here, you can see this credit card, which is credit card 3, is going to be paid off in full next month. I have one more payment in February, which I'm ridiculously excited about. And then this one I will have paid off by May. I am ridiculously excited about paying these off. I've been working really hard on getting rid of this debt, these two credit cards, for a really long time. The bad news is that I had to use some money from my emergency fund to make these payments this month. I've had some financial changes from a rent increase over the summer and some tax implications, and all of that is finally starting to catch up to me. Thankfully, though, I do have the emergency fund so that I was able to make these payments, and I'll just have to build that back up somehow because I do have some goals for this as well. And then here for credit card one, I am trying to make sure that I pay this off in full every month so I don't have any interest accrued for the year. And I was able to pay this one off this month. So now moving on to savings, as I mentioned, my emergency fund went down. so, so I can help pay off debt this month. And I have an account for my kids along with some bonds. And then I have my holiday sinking fund. So, with my holiday sinking fund, I will go to my goals here and I'll share some of my savings accounts. So, with my holiday sinking fund, I I've been creating some fun challenges to help me save for the holidays this year. And I just wrapped up the winter savings challenge in January where I saved $181 along with you guys. And that was a great challenge. And then I had one in December where I saved $158. And I'm super excited because I'm about to launch another fun savings challenge, which is called the Color Wheel Savings Challenge. And so be on the lookout for that one. And anyway, so I was able to save for the holiday sinking fund, and I gained some interest on that. So that was 63 cents of interest. And then with my kids' savings account, I gained $3.58 in interest. And with my emergency fund, as I mentioned before, I took some money out to pay for some debts, but I gained $28.28 of interest. And I deposited some money into each of them as well. $25 from my emergency fund, $40 towards my kids' savings, and $181 for my holiday savings. Okay, so the next account type is cash. So, as I mentioned earlier, that I had some financial changes this year compared to last year. One is the rent increase from the summer, and the other is taxes. So, if we switch to my running balance tab here, you can see that my rent is now more than my income. I get paid every other week. So now for most months, more than half of my income will go towards rent. I have been looking to move, but staying put at the moment costs less right now because rents and home prices are just way too high. But this is unsustainable, and it really does upset me. Um, but it is what it is at the moment. So for now, I'll continue to look for better housing situations. Also, this is the first year that for taxes, I won't have the benefit of the child tax credit when I do my taxes. I will owe taxes this year because my son is working and no longer considered a dependent, and my daughter has aged out. So last year I got a $2,500 credit, and this year I will have a $500 credit. Now, I knew this was coming, but now I have to face it, unfortunately. So, I think I'm going to end up owing close to 2,000 this year. And I had to adjust my W-2s, which now I make a little bit less, so that I don't get hit with the same situation next year. So it's kind of like a triple whammy. I don't get the tax credit, I have to pay the taxes that I owe, and now my income will be less for each paycheck. So that is unfortunate. Also, if I am lucky enough to get a bonus from work this year, it's going to go straight towards paying taxes that I owe. And I also have lots of doctor's bills, which are here. Insurance that I owe, thyroid, well visits, women's health care. There is somewhere in here I have, oh yeah, eye doctor. Um, a lot of these are bills that are overdue. We all need glasses and stuff like that. So it's been a while since I've taken my kids and I to certain doctor's appointments because it's very expensive. I do keep this in my budget you know, to avoid going over budget if I do have to go to these, but I know I'm not alone in this situation. So, anyway, back to my net worth. I updated all of my cash, so that includes my checking account, my cash. I have my tolls, my lunch card, and my side hustles. So I I just want to say thank you for everyone who has given me a tip in my Ko-fi for the free trackers that I make. I very much do enjoy making them, but it is so nice when people support the work. So thank you so much to Janelle and Jesse, who are supporters, and Christy, who has a YouTube. She is CW Does Life. Rebecca, who also has a YouTube, which is Here to Their Journey, and Angela, who is Angela Tries to Save on YouTube. I'll link all of them in the description below so you can go ahead and check them out. Thank you guys for supporting me. It means so much. So, for side hustles, in addition to the tips I got on Ko-fi, I also sell on Macari. And so the total that I made for side hustles is $65.79, which is over the budgeted amount, estimated budget that I had planned for, which was $10. So I'm pretty happy about that. Moving on to investments, I have a CD, some long-term investments, and my stocks. So for my stocks, I'll go to my tab here, and there's a lot of information on here, but essentially this is an overall recap. My current stock balance is here, $2,816.76. And the total amount of invested is here, $2,225. I've had a gain of 22%, which is $491.76. And I have made 2% in dividends, which is $51.99. I did have a sign up bonus of $100, which was in 2022, which is where my start date is here. So this is January. The start balance is here, and the amount that I invested was $40. I actually meant to only invest $20, but somehow I managed to invest twice in January, so I may skip February. And then the ending balance for January was $2,796.76, which means there was a gain of $79.19. So my start balance, the end balance will be at the end of the year. I didn't get a bonus for this year. This is how much I've invested so far. The year gain and lost, and which is a gain of 79.17 for this year so far. And then the total gain since I started investing in April of 2022 is 22% and getting close to $500. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I'm also pretty excited about this dividends amount that I have. Now, this is spanning over the entire time that I was investing. So I started in 2022. So over the almost 3 years, I have made $51.99 in dividends. So pretty happy about that one as well. So the last balance that I have to enter is my retirement. This is the biggest balance that I have. It's the biggest investment that I have. So with this, it will show my net worth. Okay, so there you have it. My net worth is $176,151.39. Um, I This is a little bit off, so I'm going to fix them. I don't know why they popped off. So the couple of things that I wanted to make mention of is my assets. So I came close last year to going over 200,000 in assets, and I am getting close to that again now. So my assets are totaling $199,442.35. And that is including my savings, my cash, my investments, and my property. So I am looking forward to hitting that milestone. Obviously, being that my investments make up the most of my net worth, it will fluctuate. So I may hit it at, in 1 month, and it can go down and then hit it again. It will fluctuate. So we will see if that happens at some point this year. I'm hoping. And then for my liabilities, I am under 24,000 in liabilities. So that includes my loans and my debts. And for my loans, I am under 20,000 for my car loan, which is what one of my goals that I had made last year, and I was able to meet that. So I was happy about that. And then for my debts, I'm obviously trying very hard to pay off those credit cards. So this one's a little bit deceiving because it does include credit card one, which I pay off in full every month. So the debts that I totally actually have that I'm trying to pay off, I mean, it's all debt, but the two credit card debts that I've been working on paying off are a total of 2,456, and then the 1320 is included in this as well. But I usually, or so far, have been able to pay that off every month in full. But my liabilities are under 24,000. So again, other milestones that I'm pretty happy about. And then another one that that just happened this month was my assets reached 90% of my net worth, and my liabilities reached 10%, negative 10%. The 10% of my net worth is my liabilities. You get what I'm saying. So anyway, it was at 11% and 89%, and now we just crossed over. So we are at 90% and 10%. And that is even with taking some money out of my savings account to pay off some of my debts. So, it does kind of end up evening out because, you know, if you're paying off your debt, then you don't have that savings. But so I'm pretty happy about that. So if we go to my net worth tracker, this will give an overview of everything for 2025. And this will be fun to watch because my bar charts will update throughout each month. So right now there's only one bar because we just completed January. Next month will show whether we're increasing or decreasing, but I do know we're going in the right direction with most of our categories. So also here, the progress that I've made, always is a little bit astounding, but here is my total assets, which is the 199,442, and with the increase in investments really is mainly what made the biggest difference. It helped my assets go up, and my liabilities went down because I made some payments to my debts and my loans. And so right now I have increased my net worth by close to $7,000 in 1 month. This is also maybe a little bit deceiving because I have to change this cash. I don't usually include the cash amount because it fluctuates so much. So it is probably a little bit deceiving. I'll have to fix that for next month. So that wraps it up for my net worth for January and the progress that I've made. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and for all your support. If you haven't already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. It's free and makes a big difference. I'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments and let me know if or how you track your net worth. I love hearing what helps you stay on track with your goals. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.